Howdy, Possum Patty here. It is July 20th and I am nature journaling. It was a really hot and dry weekend. Both days the temperature was in the 90s and it's supposed to be hot again today, so that would mean a official heat wave when we get 90s 3 days in a row. So I'm not going to walk too far, but I thought I'd go down the sand mound here. I've got quite a variety of things growing and a few things in bloom. There's a dragonfly over there. What kind? Sorry about that. I always get distracted by butterflies and dragonflies, or damselflies. Hey Susie, now look at this plant. It has 3 leaves and it's on a vine. Is this poison ivy? Well, you're probably going to say no because I just touched it. But let's take a closer look here. It's got a red vine stem and lots of little hairs and prickers and 3 leaves. And I think this is a strawberry. Look at this very delicate, almost like a goldenrod yellow flower. It's got linear leaves that come right off the stem, and the flowers have 5 petals. They're so tiny and delicate. And they're growing all along here. I have no idea what they are, so that to me is exciting because I get to learn something new if I can figure out what it is. Maybe it is a kind of loosestrife. I don't know. Don't take my word for it, but I'll figure it out. So cute. I love this color, yellow. Kind of a orangey, goldy yellow. Reminds me of the goldenrod crayons, Crayola crayons, when I was a child. Look how big the poke has gotten. Here are the flowers. And the berries will be forming. Right now they're green. We still have more flower buds. It's as tall as I am, or maybe a little taller right now. Let me back up. There you go. Doing well. Next to the pulk, we have some multiflora rose. And if you look closely at the little stem there, you can see the hairs. And that shows that it's a multiflora rose, which is not native and can be invasive. Of course, it's growing here with all this stilt grass, which is also not native. Okay, here's some poison ivy, Susie. All right, let me go get the leaf from the strawberry and put them side by side. Looks almost the same, doesn't it? But look closer at the edges. This strawberry The edge on the strawberry leaf is much more serrated. And again, this has little tiny prickers, hard to see though. I found this the other day and I discovered that it was a lobelia, and you can recognize it by the little tiny purple flowers with the 3 lobes on the bottom. And these little green puffy parts, that's where the seeds are going to be. And also the leaves have little white dots along the edge. Pretty amazing. Indian tobacco is what its common name is. And this is a native plant that the Indians did use like a tobacco for special ceremonies and sacrifices. Very interesting. Wow, is it hot and humid out here? I'm going to spend a few more minutes and I'm going to have to go inside. And this pink stick is marking the place where I put the jewelweed that I transplanted from down the lane. And it has a flower. Aren't those pretty? Like a little trumpet, like a little yellow trumpet. And then it'll make awesome seed cases that work kind of like a spring. You touch them and all the seeds come flying out. A lot of fun to do with the kids. We got Japanese beetles breeding everywhere. That's not good. Oh, look. Can you see inside that leaf? There's something in there. I see the legs sticking out. What is that? That's a spider. It's a spider. Oh, it looks like a little wolf spider, maybe. It was hiding under that leaf. But I saw it. Well, you think with the poor soil here, because this is a sand mound, it's mostly sand, things wouldn't grow. But look at these. Plants are as tall or taller than I am, and they haven't had any rain. In a couple weeks, and I haven't watered them. So let's walk a little further. We got ferns down here. And these are probably the hay-scented ferns. Here's some more Indian tobacco. And some of the wild strawberry and another vine over there. And more Japanese beetles. Wow, this plant is much taller than I am. I'm looking up and it's got a huge flower head on it. And so it will be blooming and we'll find out what it is. Goldenrod or asters or something, I don't know. I didn't do a study of this area last year, so everything here is new and a surprise to me. Japanese beetles everywhere. Oh, here we go. Here's something ready to bloom. And I bet you this is going to be a goldenrod. It's about 4 feet tall. And you can see how different it is from this. But there's that nice goldenrod color. And it's going to bloom pretty soon. Nice. Some of the goldenrods smell really good. Okay, here's a bramble crossing my path. It's got prickers on it. If I can move it over. I had to leave my camera stand back there. It's just too tight in here. Lots of buds on these plants though. They need some rain. I have to watch where I'm walking because I can't see the ground. There's grapevines up here and some brambles and some more Indian tobacco. And let's see, looks like a cinnamon fern. There's another one of those plants that got the buds already. Oops, come here. Some down there on the other side of the sand mound. Oh, here's the bone set that the deer ate. Maybe you'll get a bud on the side. Something just fluttered by. Don't know what it was. Okay, this is very dark. I don't know what it is. An aster maybe? Looks like an aster. So quiet out here. Oh, I wanted to figure out what this one was too, and I haven't yet. 5 petals, oblong leaves, lots of stamens. Oh, bunch of things. I'll be over here learning from now till fall, I'm sure. Yeah, this is somebody's house here. Oh, in the shade now. Let's see. It's so quiet. The weatherman said that the cicadas were singing, but I don't hear any. Here's the mullein. Did it bloom already? Did I miss it blooming? The petals are falling off. Oh, that was fast. You don't come out for a couple days, you miss it. But here's something way fun. Look at that. That's a, what do you call that? Mud dauber, mud wasp. I'll have to look that up. There's somebody's little house right there on the mullein leaf. Something pink. Let's walk over carefully. Ooh, isn't that pretty? I don't know what it is, but it's gorgeous. Wow, it is so hot here in the sun. Oh, there's a bigger one falling off the sand mound. Oh, looks like a branch fell on it. Well, I tell you what. I need to go inside. I took some pictures. I'm going to go in and look up some of this stuff if I can, maybe do some sketching. Okay, Susie, this is poison ivy. And all these little vines around it with red prickly stems. Some kind of wood strawberry. Ooh, something just hissed at me. I don't know what that was. Maybe it's a snake. I bet you it was a snake. I don't see it though. I gotta walk that way to get back. Okay, let's be careful here. I'm going to try and go around it. Seemed to come from under that poke over there. I'm walking through the brambles. Oops. See if it comes out again. Oops. I always wear my tall boots, just in case of snakes. There's lots of snakes. It's back there. There's that mullein. So it's behind the mullein, under the poke. I'll have to remember that. Well, I think these are going to be goldenrods because you see this looks like a green flower at the tip of the stem. That's actually a gall in there. Okay, that's the area I just walked through. Sun went behind a cloud. And now I've got to walk through this jungle, get back to my camera base and back to the yard. Let's see. I threw the watermelon rind down there. Look at that. It was a really good watermelon. I thought maybe a butterfly the possum might like a bite. So I left it there for her. The fleabane is still blooming in the same spot. Back to the bramble bush. Okay, back where we started. Wow, that was quite an adventure today. I came inside in the air conditioning to cool off and did some sketching. The first thing I sketched was a little mud house of the mud dauber wasp. I guess the females build these little nests from mud using their mandibles. And this one was on a mullein leaf. Then I sketched these brilliant yellow flowers. I looked them up and I believe them to be one of the St. John's wort species because of the 3 styles and the many, many stamens. It also had black dots around the edge of the flower petals, and these flower petals reminded me of butterfly wings. St. John's wort is used in alternative medicine. It has a calming effect. The little pink flower, when you looked at it closely, was so pretty. It had little dark magenta spots and white spots. It was 2 shades of pink. And the stamens on this looked blue. It was quite outstanding. And I believe this to be the Deptford pink. It's a dianthus, which is like the same family as carnations. And Deptford is a town in England where it was very common. because it's not native to our country. It's native to the UK. And then I drew the Indian tobacco plant because I loved the shape of these seed capsules. The Indian tobacco plant also had little white dots around the edge. I didn't draw everything I saw today, but there's more pages in the journal to fill. So thanks for coming along today. Happy nature journaling. Bye-bye.